This is KUAGN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with Macklin's Gym Marbella. With me I've got Frank Warren, head of tonight's game against Swansea. Try and clinch second place at some point.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Just a little reflection on your Wembley show. Obviously it wasn't the card that you originally put together, but you made the best from what you had in the end, and Bullioni Markham was a wonderful fight.
I thought it was one of the best domestic fights we've seen for a long time. It was a cracking fight, and hopefully we're going to make the rematch. We're working on that now. And I thought the fans got tremendous value for money for that fight.
And obviously, watching it back, I mean, you felt that Bullioni did enough to nick it. Yeah,
I did, but you know, not complaining about it. I did think that Frank did enough to win.
Talking to Mitchell Smith last week, he's chasing a fight with Lomachenko, Frank. But listen, you've done bigger wonders than that in the past, so I mean, possibility at some point if Mitchell keeps winning,
you know,
going the WBO route?
Down the road, why not? I mean, you know, that's the you know, young Mitchell's he's done everything he's been asked of him. He's an improving fighter, steps up every time, and you know, it's like all these things about more experience. The more experience he gets, the better he'll get, and if he's going to win a world title, if he's going to fight for a world title, that's the guy he's going to have to beat. He's the best in the division. That's the guy he's going to have to beat.
I mean, moving on to the summer, there's a lot of rumours surfacing around regarding obviously Billy Joe's next moves, Chris Eubank's next moves, who were originally meant to be on that Wembley card. Is this still a possibility that they will fight in the summer, Frank? What is the update?
Well, I've worked very hard to try and get it together. Bill's agreed. We agreed, more or less agreed terms with Eubank's people, and then suddenly a spanner's thrown in the works regarding the situation with the governing bodies. In other words, that Bill wants to maintain his position as being the mandatory challenger to Andy Lee. Andy Lee's not going to be available to fight till September. He's agreed, remember he won the fight, he's agreed to grant the rematch to Chris Eubanks Jr. However, speaking with his dad, they're not prepared to do the fight unless he's allowed to keep the BA title. And unfortunately, under the regulations, as you see this weekend with the WBO and McDonald, that can't happen because he can't be ranked because he's an interim champion. And you know, he's behind Chris Jr. is behind Jacobs and Golovkin, so he's really, in my opinion, should, you know, give the title up, and he gets what he wants, which is the rematch. He gets the rematch. He's in a fantastic position to fight for the BO title, whether he wants to fight Golovkin, whether he wants to fight Andy Lee, whoever it wants to be, he wants to fight. He's got that loss on his record, and Bill's prepared to give him the rematch, but under the condition that, you know, Bill wants to fight and believes he'll win the fight and wants to go and fight Andy Lee. He's not going to in any way ruin his position with a BO as to be mandatory challenger to Andy Lee. So that's a problem.
So, in a nutshell, while Billy Joe's in this WBO situation and Eubank is obviously the interim WBA champion, while they're still currently in them positions, this fight can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll tell you straight, he should vacate. He should vacate that title and get on with it and fight Bill. That's my opinion. But obviously, that's what I would do. But obviously, they've got a different idea. But if they want to fight that badly, it's there to be done. Get it done, because we're moving on. We are announcing on Wednesday a fights on Wednesday. So hopefully, this situation will get resolved very quickly. It's got to get resolved today. And if it doesn't, then we'll just move on.
Okay.
I've got to protect Bill's position. You know, Bill is from day one said all he wants to do is fight for a world title. Because of Andy's injury, he said he will give the rematch. You know, it's not like he's ducking anyone. There it is, there's your rematch, you got it. Remember, I won the fight. These are the terms, they're not outrageous terms. Money's all agreed, all that side of it's not a problem. It's this ridiculous situation that we find ourselves in.
So Billy Joe obviously is putting his mandatory situation at stake by taking this fight with.
If he loses the fight, he gets dropped out of the #1 spot. Of course he does. So he's there. You know, he's saying, "Come on, you want it? Come and do it." And it's, you know, and I don't understand why we're in this, why we've wound up in this position, but we are there. And unfortunately, there seems to be a bit of an impasse at the moment.
If Eubank does vacate his WBA, what do they actually be fighting for? Is it the WBO interim title that they'll
Well,
be
fighting
fighting
the interim title if he vacates, or which gives him, if he wins, Chris Eubank Jr., he goes into the #1 spot.
Right, okay.
So he becomes a mandatory challenger. If he beats the #1, he becomes the #1. So it's pretty much of a no-brainer, and I'm just, I'm exasperated, to say the least.
Are you confident that this can be done by Wednesday?
Well, it's not by Wednesday. It's got to be done by today. We haven't got till Wednesday because we've got Bill's been very patient. He's been, I think, very accommodating, and we are where we are.
All right, we'll look forward to some good news hopefully later on in the week.
Fingers crossed. I hope that this does resolve, because Chris Eubanks gets his chance to see if he's got what it takes to beat Bill. Bill's there. He's ready to do it. And we're depriving the fans of a great fight, a great rematch. Everybody wants to see that fight again, and we want to put it on. So, just some common sense.
Just finally, is there any update on the Fury Klitschko situation?
We're in current negotiations to get that on. We had quite a lengthy chat last week with all the parties, and we're talking again this week. And hopefully, I hope we can get something done. But if we don't, then obviously we're going to want a purse bid situation. But whatever happens, Tyson Fury will be in the autumn lacing them up, I should say, against Klitschko. That will happen.
Hopefully in the UK as well.
Well, that's what we want to do. It's where the fight should take place. It's a stadium fight. 50, 60,000 tickets. That's what it is, and the British fans would like it. We would like to do it, and hopefully between all of us we can get that one over. It's you have to know your position in when you're negotiating. Klitschko's a champion. And as far as we're concerned, we're giving him that respect. And as I say, from our point of view, we're doing all we can to make it work.
All right, Frank, thanks for giving us a little bit of time. And like I said, we'll hope to have some news later on in the week.
You will do.
Thank you very much.